Don't you know that you're beautiful, just the way you are, just the way you came. Don't you know that you're beautiful, no matter what the scars.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to All Things Frandom. I'm here. I am so excited. Friends Clan, I got a good surprise for y'all today. I am interviewing my baby mama, the one and only. Her name is Sharitha. So the reason for the interview is because in the question and answer segment, someone asked, do I really like this lady that I call my baby mama? And I just wanted to interview her so you guys can see such a good person she is. So sweet, so genuine. She's married to my daughter's father, and it's been like 17 years. My daughter's 21 now, so she's been in her life a long time, and I couldn't have asked for a better, we don't do stepmommy, a bonus mother for my daughter. Her name's Sharitha. Like I said, she's from Chicago, born and raised. She's a sweet, sweet, sweet person. Anybody that knows her loves her, and I just really want you guys to see this. This is not nothing fake. We're really friends. She was at my mother's funeral. She was gonna be a bridesmaid at my wedding, but I just went to Vegas and got married, so it's a whole nother story. But she's a good friend of mine, and I truly, truly love her. Without further ado, Sharitha.
Hi, Friends Queen. Like Franny stated, my name is Sharitha. I am her baby mama. I've been around for a while. Drea is my daughter. I love her dearly. I'm from Chicago, like she stated. In the past, a lot of you may know me from Naughty Rooms. I did a little dibble and dabble in podcast.
Miss Naughty Room, baby.
Adult novelties, things of that nature. But all in all, I am just a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and a friend to my baby mama.
So the way it's gonna work, I just wanted to kind of get a feel. I want you guys to get a feel of who she is as a person. So I'm gonna have my cameraman actually ask us questions. Some questions that we've gotten from people, some questions that you guys probably want to know, or just to kind of get the conversation going so it can kind of flow naturally. So like I said, I'm so excited about this episode. It's a really, really good thing. So what questions do you have for us?
The first question I have, which I'm sure a lot of people want to know, did she steal your man, or was she like, was it later?
Okay, that's an honest question. Wasn't ready for that. Okay. So no. Okay. So him and I were together 2000 to 2003. My daughter was actually born in 2003, but we split. Maybe she was like 6 months, something like that. So they got together. I don't know. When did y'all get together?
Oh boy. Hi guys. I don't have a year, but I will say Drea was 2 when we really, really got together, got into a relationship, because I remember taking her to Build-A-Bear, and she was 2 years old. So I'm gonna go Drea was 2.
Right. And actually, Drea was a flower girl in their wedding, and I showed up, guys. It was the most awkward thing ever because all his side of the family gave me the meanest look, felt that I'm not gonna say everybody on his side, but a lot of those family members really made me feel uncomfortable that day. I've never shared this publicly, but I'm just a strong woman, so I'm able to handle it. And I understand, because normally in this kind of situation, you have the baby mama and the new girlfriend, or the wife in this case. They don't communicate. It's drama, it's toxic, but we have something special. It's so real, it's so rare. People wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't forced. It was not forced. We was cool. It's no problem. The problem be when the baby mama is slipping back to the baby daddy. That's the issue.
So wasn't no slipping?
Was never no slipping.
Well, no slipping nowhere.
No slipping.
Little slip.
No slip.
Okay.
So she could trust me in that capacity, and I could trust her around my daughter in that capacity. So it worked for us. But again, I was very uncomfortable at their wedding, but I didn't show it. I was cool, and the rest is history. She's been in my daughter's life ever since.
You said it was uncomfortable. Was it kind of, you had this life with this man so long and now you seeing it with another woman, uncomfortable, or was it just the family part?
It was just the family. When me and him split, the feelings had left already. So I was already in another relationship. It was just the family part of it that made it uncomfortable. I mean, I'm cool with majority of his family, but there are some cousins that made me uncomfortable at that wedding. And I understand, because sometimes people think they gotta choose. They don't understand. You can be friends still with me and still embrace his new love. It's okay.
So were you uncomfortable?
No, I invited her. Not at all. I mean, we had a genuine friendship before the wedding. I remember when she came, I believe you drove to my mom's house. And I was like, wow, they are like super cool with each other. She's going to be cool with me. And that's how it worked. We talked more than her and her baby daddy. And I think we still do.
That part.
No, it was just a genuine, easy breezy thing. I was surprised because I'm like, I'm finna have drama. It's going to be hard to co-parent with her, but she never gave me any drama. We just made it happen.
From the beginning, it was never like, it wasn't even like y'all had to get used to each other type of thing or anything, like personality wise, just feeling the person out, you know?
Well, for me, I'm an energy person. Something about her. When you meet her, if you know her, you know what I mean. You can just feel energy off people. I know it's true because this is all honest. My husband's baby mama, we don't get along. So, and it's because of energy. I could tell the type of person she was, not getting off on a tangent, but just kind of give you some context. With her, it was just genuine. I could feel that she wasn't malicious. I can trust her around my child. I know that he's chosen a good woman. And for me, that's what he needed. And that's what I needed to help co-parent the situation. So for me, it was just about energy. Her energy was great. She welcomed me. She didn't give me no sad looks. It was never her that made me uncomfortable. Let's be clear. It's some other people who don't even matter. So another thing I wanted to touch on, as I mentioned in a previous episode about how I dealt with mommy guilt. I was an accountant for years and then I switched over to TV. During that time, I would be on set 12 hours. So me and my daughter's father had a conversation and I'm like, well, I need her in a stable environment because I'm on set 8 to 8. I need her to come live with y'all Monday through Friday and I'll get her on the weekend. It wasn't a hard choice for me, as I mentioned, but because of the level of friendship that me and her had, and we worked some things out and it just made better sense. They lived in the suburbs. I was in the city, better schools out here. So it worked. I'm bringing that up because you have to have a level of trust for that person. And no mother is going to let her daughter go live with anybody. So that just speaks to her character. It speaks to, I trusted her around my child because, yeah, at the end of the day, I trust him and he's going to make a decision, make sure he makes a good decision for our child. But at the end of the day, as a mom, she's got to be the one to cook. She's got to be the one to make sure she's good. I need to make sure this person that's going to be around my child Monday through Friday, make sure she goes to school, do her hair, things like that. I need to make sure, it's crazies out here. But I never had that. And I'm so blessed. That's why I want to highlight this episode because, like I said, most people don't have this situation. I have always said I'm blessed. My support came from my family. They was like, wow, that's so good. They always supported her. They love her. Her kids, she has 3 kids total, 1 with him, and she has 2 from a previous marriage. But they all love me. It just fit, and you really don't find that in like no situation, honestly. My friends was like, well, why you want to do this episode? Why is it so important to you? That's important because you don't find that. So I want to chime in with you. How was you when when I asked you and Birdie, like Birdie is my baby daddy's nickname, can Drea come Monday through Friday while I figure this career change thing out? How did you feel?
I was not gonna say no. I'm all for the kids having better opportunities. If it's something that I'm a homebody, so I know that I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna cook, they gonna go to school, her uniform gonna be clean, her hair gonna be combed. He just was like, he didn't ask me. He said Drea's coming to live with us, and I was like, okay. At that time, Drea and my youngest, which is her sister, they had to share a room, but we made it happen. It just is what it is. I love Drea like she's my own. There's nothing nobody can say, do to her, but yeah, it was easy. It wasn't hard at all.
Was there ever like a sense of, jealousy is the kind of word that comes to my mind, because as your mother, as the mother, you used to doing things with your daughter, and like seeing somebody else get to have those moments with her. How did that make you feel?
Honestly, like I said, it really ate me up. I had a conversation with my daughter before I made the decision and just let her know why that's important. Always just have that conversation with your kids. And it did eat me up at times, but you have to look at the better picture for the child. I was unhappy as an accountant, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. That was my life. I was unhappy. So making that transition, I could have dropped her to my mother's house, or it's like, but it just was a situation. Like I get off set 8:30, 9 o'clock. I got to drive to my mother's house, pick her up, come home. My mama had fed her, but then I only get a couple of hours and she back to sleep. Or can I go against the grain? Everybody thought I was crazy. That's a weird situation. You just gonna give your daughter? I said, no, I didn't give her to anybody. I made a choice. that works better for me in my situation. I dealt with that. I dealt with those emotions, but because I knew the bigger picture and what I was working on, it helped soothe me. I knew that Fridays when I get off, I'll pick her up. We'll have our time on the weekend. She was understanding. She had her moments where she would go and she would be sad, of course, but at the end of the day, she understood, and I'm so blessed that she did understand. I'm so blessed that it worked out this way. Couldn't ask for a better situation.
So for you, just out of curiosity, so was it any moments when people came to you and it was like, why is girl dropping her kids off on you, or she dumping her kids off on you, type of thing? Did you have to deal with that from your side? You don't have to name names or nothing. I'm just curious.
Honestly, no. My mom took Drea in. That's her grandbaby. My sister, that's her TT. My oldest kids are not her stepbrother and sister. Those are her sisters and brothers. It was never any time that anybody, if they wanted to say something, they didn't, because they know I'll pop off without a problem. But nobody ever said anything to me. They didn't think it was weird. They know that I love kids. I'm not going to hurt your kid. Your kid with me, they safe. And so if somebody said something, they never brought it to me. But so no, I'm going to say no.
And so curious, from a man perspective, I know it's guys that don't want their, the women in their lives, their baby mamas or whatever, the mother of their children, to get along. Did you ever have to did he ever come to you and was like, why y'all so buddy? That's weird to me, or anything like that?
Never. He actually embraced it because that's what he wanted. He didn't want the bickering. It was never a question to him. He was just like, I'm glad y'all get along. He said, I ain't got to talk to her all the time no more. That's what he said. And he doesn't. I don't think, they talk. I don't have it's never been an issue,
Right.
but no, I think it all even came to me with them checks. And the child support. So it was like, we've always been cool. He's always been cool, down to earth.
Yeah.
He has no issue. She's over here. Shit, you've been on my couch with your sister. We done sat and ate, watch TV. It's a friendship. It is what it is.
Just to piggyback off of that, usually when the guy doesn't want the two to talk, is because he's still sleeping with the baby mama. And that's not our situation. It has never been our situation. So it was an easy fix. You know what I'm saying? And like she said, getting stuff out of him, like, did you send me the money, or did you whatever. It's easier to talk to her because he is not easy to deal with sometimes. So, I love him as my child's father, but I could make it happen going through her. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes it so much better. And I just encourage a lot of women, just try to see the good in the other woman. You know what I'm saying? Relationships end all the time. Just because y'all have a child together does not mean that you have to not like each other. Me and him talk, when we, whatever. It doesn't matter, because there was never no disrespectfulness. I never cheated, in their situation, nothing. So it worked. We cool. And it helps.
You said in their situation. What situation did you cheat?
No situation. That's just saying.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
Messy cameraman. Okay. I know I got a question. I got a point. Did your other kid ever feel like they were gonna lack this or lack that? Like, did your daughter Naya, did she like, I don't want to share a room? You know what I'm saying? Did you go through that?
No, Naya was what? 5, 6. She was excited that Drea was there with her. Like, never been an issue. She was like, why Drea gotta go this weekend? She gotta go to her mama house, and they are still tight to this day.
Yes.
Naya is 16, Drea is 21, and they still talk almost every day. Text message. Drea checks in on her, or Drea will be like, Mom, did you know? And I'm like, So I'm trying to get stuff out of Drea because it's stuff that, but Naya never not wanted Drea.
So Drea be snitching?
No, they had that bond.
Drea be like, I don't know.
That's her answer. She don't know.
She don't never know nothing. None of them know nothing.
Because at the end of the day, we have kids that's sisters. Like, our kids are siblings. You know what I'm saying? So it works. You want to make sure that it's healthy for the kids, and I just want people to see this episode and know that it's possible. It's possible,
Advice for people that may be dealing with the same situation, whether you harboring feelings, what advice would you give people in a similar situation?
So the advice that I would give, just have a conversation with all parties. Like, if you still harboring feelings, that's something I can't speak to, because that wasn't my case. But if you are over the guy and you have moved on, he's married now, just talk. Just have a conversation. Like, why we can't, figure this out in a healthy way? Like, why we gotta, and I'm gonna go there. In Black communities, is normally when this happens. And I don't understand it, because we ain't doing nothing but hurting the kid. You know what I'm saying? So me and the wife can be cordial and it's a genuine, that daughter is gonna look up like, man, y'all really is cool. Y'all really cool. Like my daughter was like, let me see, 16 when she told me, I can't believe you and her just was so cool. And I was like, what? Yes. It's crazy because kids, you know, they don't say much, but when they say stuff, it'd be like, what? I'm like, yeah. She said, because normally people bicker. And I was like, yeah, that wasn't our situation. So my advice is just basically talk it out. Communication is key. But you gotta have both parties need to be understanding and mature.
What advice would you give people?
I would say learn to coexist. Again, communication in any facet of life is what's key. You know, whether it be friendships, your marriage, anything like that. If me and her didn't get along, I would still want to learn how to coexist with her. I'm gonna see her at a graduation. I'm gonna see her at a birthday party. Even if we were only able to speak to one another, let that be the case. No bickering, not letting the kids see us not get along, but it's a true blessing to be able to get along with her and to coexist. I can go to her house and have a glass of wine and talk about my husband if I want to. You know, it's a genuine friendship that a lot of people don't understand. They won't understand because their mind is not going to allow them to do that because it's not the normal. So if you can just coexist, be respectful of one another, anything should work out. And if it can't, it's unfortunate, but maybe one day everybody will be.
Basically, we're gonna just wrap it up. Like I said, this is episode. What I'm gonna do on this channel, I'm definitely gonna highlight a lot of my friends because I really have a dope circle. And you guys, you know, she's kicked off the first interview. And I just felt like it was much needed in our community. But I do advise people to just try to work through that, you know. It's definitely needed. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my channel. Like I said, if you got any ideas for me, I'm always open. Remember to like this episode, comment, subscribe to the channel. I have some great content coming. And I just want to thank you for it. I know she's so nervous, y'all. She was so nervous about doing this only because, you know, she don't want to be on camera, but she did it because she loved me. And I'm so thankful. I've never told you enough how much I appreciate you, how much sacrifice you've done for me. Okay. When my mother died, you was there, like you was at my house, like, you know, you really been that person, like, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it. When I got marriage questions, I come to her. As crazy as it sounds, I know it sounds crazy, but she's not biased. Like she makes it a safe space. Like I talk to her, we talk a lot, and thank you. You know what I'm saying? From the bottom of my heart, you really made my life great. My friends always tell me, girl, you got the best baby mama. Because I can't stand my baby daddy. Girl, it works. And I just thank you so much for treating my daughter like your own, embracing her, never making her feel like a stepchild, never making her feel less than, never, you know what I'm saying? Never missing a beat. And I really appreciate that so much. So thank you. You're welcome. Thank you guys.